How's it going, YouTube? Raj here. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I am back with a video in the luxury fragrance series. If you never heard about this series, quite simple to be honest. I just review luxury fragrances. So what is luxury to me? Notes, ingredients that are unique, different, complex, intense, accords, new, something that I've never smelt before. Presentation can be important. Bottle in the box, something that stands out. It's always nice, and those two things are evident in this fragrance. This review is going to be on Interlude Man, which is from the house of Amouage, and they originate from Oman. The price and sizes are for a 50 ml, £145, or that is 240 American dollars. 100 ml will cost you £175, and that is $290. So pricey, obviously. The 100 ml is better value, clearly. I went for the 50 ml. I didn't want to add too much volume. So let's take a look at the presentation. This is amazing. This is just brilliant packaging here. Amouage, standard Amouage box, solid as usual, but the design actually stands out a lot. It's like a piece of art, honestly. I don't know if this sounds a little bit over the top, but this is very, very artistic. This is like a painting put into a box. Kind of chaotic, which is a theme, I think, that runs through this fragrance. It's kind of like brushstrokes, really. Very cool, very, very cool. I keep the box actually somewhere else, but it's always nice to have a look at it. Be careful when you open it, move it from side to side, but be careful because the bottle inside can become loose. Normally there's a little note from somebody saying, a handwritten one saying, oh, I hope you enjoy this product, and they write their name, but obviously that person forgot because I didn't get anything inside this one. But anyway, not a big deal. The bottle is awesome. Simple, but really, yeah, it's quite simple actually. The things when you look at it, what's going on, but so well done. I mean, beautiful, solid glass. Amouage, kind of the symbol of the sun. I'm not quite sure what that is. And at the front of the bottle there, you've got Interlude on the base of the cap. Very solid cap with a Swarovski crystal. And the newest bottles of Amouage have the name of the fragrance along the sides, which I think is quite cool. Nice dagger, solid cap. I mean, everything that you look for in presentation in luxury fragrances is in here. So let's go into the notes. Top notes. This is a powerful fragrance. Bergamot, oregano, pimento berry oil. Hot notes, amber, frankincense, cistus, and Opoponax. In the base there is leather, Agarwood smoke, patchouli, and sandalwood. So I mentioned chaos, and this is a kind of a chaotic fragrance. And in the opening, I have to say, it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit harsh, and I feel that Amouage have tried to do too much, you know. Sometimes you just throw in loads of ingredients into a pot or into a bottle, and I think it can become a little bit too much, and I felt they went a little bit over the top with the concentration of some of these oils, or the quantity or number of oils or ingredients in the top start of this fragrance. What you get is a blast of oregano. Think of, if you know the fragrance, Ambre Sultan from the house of Serge Lutens, which is a very dry, very herbal oregano opening. Think of that. Magnify that by 10. Take away the amber and add in a smoke. So you've got this smokiness with this oregano note, which is very potent, very overpowering, and to be honest, just a little bit too much for me to handle. However, now that I've got the negatives out of the way, let's get into the rest of this fragrance. When that dies down, when that subsides, it's still there, but it subsides. After about 15 minutes, maybe about half an hour. Yeah, I've had this on for about an hour and it's totally gone. What you get is a beautiful leather note. This is I like the term or the phrase rough and tumble leather. I've heard that used a couple of times, and I like that. Rough and tumble leather. This is exactly what it is. What I get really from this is actually a contrast, because it is a rough and tumble leather. It is harsh and smoky, but it's smooth at the same time. And I think that's coming from the fruitiness from maybe this pimento berry oil, and a kind of almost a resinous vibe coming from a combination of the Cistus and the Opoponax. I'm just guessing really, or just trying to give my view anyway. And the image I get is this leather jacket. It's in the desert, hanging on a bike. The sun is beating down on this jacket, and it's covered in dust and sand. And I get this kind of dusty desert type feeling. Very, very smoky fragrance as well. People talk about, church incense, and I don't really pick up on church incense, but I pick up on burning wood, the sense of maybe a bonfire in the background, and it's mixing with this leathery jacket smokiness, and this dry desert air is all combining. And this is all in just one fragrance. I mean, you think about all these things I'm saying, it's very chaotic, and all of that is in Amouage's Interlude Man. And the fragrance continues on this kind of theme of chaos for a long time. So I'm going to say that this middle of the fragrance is a kind of a long, it lasts for a very, very long time. You get this battle between this smokiness and this kind of smooth leatheriness, but which is also quite brash and harsh at the same time. As the fragrance goes into the dry down, which to be honest takes a long time, that's not a problem. I like this middle, I really do like it. As you get into the base, which is not really quite there on my hand, but obviously I know this fragrance, this leatheriness kind of softens up and kind of melts into something quite buttery. The patchouli comes forward, but it's not anything too noticeable. It's quite harsh and kind of camphorous in some ways. There is a lot going on in this fragrance, and I have a feeling that if I did this review, maybe 3 months, 6 months down the line, I would probably be talking about new things, but I've had this fragrance for a long time, and I feel that everything that I've thought of, I've said, and there's a lot to say about this fragrance. It's definitely unique, it's definitely stands out from the crowd, and at the same time though, it is not the type of fragrance you want to overspray, because while it does smell great and it does stand out from the crowd and you're going to smell different, this has the potential of being a little bit too much to handle for yourself and for others. So, what does that mean? Just you leave the fragrance and you don't buy it and you don't wear it? No, you control the number of sprays. Because when you have a fragrance that is so potent, I'm not going to be doing 3, 4, 5 sprays of Amouage's Interlude Man. I'm doing 1.5 maximum. When I say half, meaning I don't press all the way down on the trigger, on the sprayer. I do a half spray there, a half spray there, or maybe on my wrist and just touch them together. And that is all you need with this fragrance. Anything more, and people are going to be smelling you from down the street. If you want that, then go for it. For me, I prefer something, not to be screaming off my skin. So what else in terms of Amouage Interlude Man? Well, okay, so I've just touched on performance of their projection, a lot of projection in this fragrance, and that actually goes on for a long time. This projection doesn't really subside, to be honest, and it's good. Of course, if you control the number of sprays, that controls the level of projection. Longevity, just ridiculous longevity. 24 hours, no problems. If you do, 2 or 3 sprays, you're going to get that level of longevity. This is like from the start, from the morning, you spray this on, you're going to likely to be smelling it the next day when you wake up. Sillage goes without saying, it leaves a long scent trail, and people will notice you from a distance. Wow, Amouage Interlude Man definitely takes you on a journey. It's definitely unique, definitely stands out. Honestly, I've never smelled anything like it. I really haven't. So what about my rating? I'm going to go with a rating of 9 out of 10. It could have been perfect, and in my acquisition or my haul video that I did several months ago, I said that it could have been a perfect score. Not really, to be honest, simply because of this harsh, and I feel it's very harsh, opening. But apart from that, it's just love after this harshness subsides. What about you guys? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you think it's too much? There is some love for this fragrance, and people are doing like 9 sprays of Interlude Man. Some people are saying that this is just awful. and it's a mess. A chaotic mess or chaotic genius? I'm not even sure if that makes sense, but let me know your thoughts, whatever they are. It's always great to hear from you guys, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.